While ready-to-wear clothing was available for men since the early 19th century, ready-to-wear clothing for women was much slower to develop. It was difficult to produce women's clothing on a large scale due to the close-fitting nature of 19th century women's garments. It would not be until close to the turn of the century that mass-produced women's clothing became more readily available. One of the most popular ready-to-wear garments was the shirtwaist. Typically, the shirtwaist was a white cotton blouse decorated with insertion lace. The shirtwaist was frequently paired with a dark wool full-length skirt. The looser, more blousy style of the 1900s meant that shirtwaists needn't have a fitted waistband. The bottom of the shirtwaist could simply be gathered into the waistband of the skirt. By 1908, when garments became increasingly less fitted, the mass production of women's clothing was in full swing. For example, in 1909, Lazarus, a leading department store headquartered in Columbus, Ohio, advertised the grand opening of an additional 20 departments in their new building. All were devoted to women's wear. One of the most popular options for the ready-to-wear market was something called a tailor-made. The tailor-made was a wool walking suit that featured a matching jacket and skirt, much like a man's suit made by a tailor. The Ohio State Collection contains several tailor-mades from the late 19th century through the 1910s. This tailor-made was manufactured by the Prince Biederman Company in Cleveland, Ohio. Prince Biederman was one of the oldest American manufacturers of women's apparel, having been founded in 1893. The company was wildly successful, having grossed $100,000 in its first year and reaching sales of $6.4 million in 1922. Princess Biederman garments were not available for purchase directly from the company and could only be purchased through authorized dealers, which were usually department stores. An advertisement from 1917 described Princess designs as follows, quote, "Princess garments are faithful reproductions of original creations by the great French designers. Which the world of fashion has adopted as authentic. Thousands of women have learned to accept the name Princess as an assurance of style and a guarantee of quality, materials, and perfect tailoring." Additional images of this tailor-made can be seen on our fashion2fiber.osu.edu gallery.